Are you considering ACEOs, or art cards, editions, and originals? Basically, trading card size, like original artwork, and selling it on eBay? Well, let's dive into it. I'll let you know if they're worth it. Quick answer is yes, they are worth it. Long answer is maybe they're not. So here are some pros. You get to practice art. And I mean, you can practice any type of art as long as it's 2.5 by 3.5 inches. You can do oil paints, pastels, watercolor, you name it. Uh, the world is your oyster. It's kind of nice to try out things and learn and potentially get paid for learning. The other pro is it's low to make, like low cost of paint. Like you're just doing it on cardstock or cheap paper, and you're cutting that paper into the smaller size, so it shouldn't cost a whole lot in materials. And another pro, you get to learn e-commerce. So you get to learn how to use like the internet to sell goods and then ship stuff. And it's pretty easy for shipping too, with these being such small pieces of artwork on paper. You're able to use like just a stamp and a letter. So the learning curve for shipping isn't really that high unless you're shipping international, but even then, you're just shipping in a letter, so it shouldn't be hard to learn. Another pro is when you put these to auction, you could potentially make way more money than you thought. But you also, as a con, could potentially make no money. But at least to list on eBay, it doesn't cost you anything. Where if you like listed it on Etsy or somewhere else, you potentially would be losing money because you're paying to list your item. eBay is nice because you can list for free, but you're also one in like 50,000 listings. When you look at eBay auctions and you filter ACEO, you're going to see like 50 something thousand listings. So it's tough to stand out. So your job is to market yourself to push people to your eBay in order for people to actually find you. It's very difficult to sell on eBay if you don't do any self-promoting, because you're just hoping somebody on eBay is going to scroll through and love what they see and click buy. But most of the time you have to drive your own traffic. Other thing with eBay is their fees. Now they charge like 13.6% fee, but they take it off the top of the sale. And what I mean by that is if your auction ends at, let's say, $10, they'll then apply sales tax to whatever state the card was sold to, and then they'll take their fee off the top. So, I mean, they're getting more than 13.6% because they're taking it off of after they applied the sales tax to the state that it's going to, which doesn't make sense because the buyer is going to pay that sales tax. So eBay's just kind of double dipping there. And I don't really like it, but eBay is the platform that has the most buyers at the moment, and you don't have to pay to list. So I guess you just have to go with their rules, but it kind of sucks. Also, learning eBay was kind of difficult. I mean, their app doesn't work half the time the same way as posting it on a computer. Sometimes you're able to do certain features like list something for 5 days or 7-day auctions on the app, and then sometimes you're not. So then it just gets complicated. I wish the app worked a little bit better, but it's okay. But the other thing is when you first make your first sale, if you're new to eBay, they aren't going to pay you out. They won't pay you out for like 30 days. Their plan is to wait until the buyer gets the product, and then if you mail it with a stamp and you didn't use eBay tracking, because that's the cheapest way to go, they're going to wait 30 days to verify that there was no complaints, and then they'll send you your money. Once you've been established and you've sold like 10 to 15 times on eBay, then they'll say, oh, well, eBay will know you're a trusted buyer or seller, and so then you will actually get paid within like the first week of making the end of the auction. But it isn't until eBay has trust in you will they actually do that. So I've been selling since January 2026 on eBay, and I've probably posted maybe 2 to 3 cards a week and I try to have the auction end on Sunday afternoon. But that's just because I think that's when the most people might be able to be on their computer scrolling and bidding on eBay. Just a gut feel. You wouldn't want your eBay auction to end midday when most people are at work or school. So I try to make it at a time where people are after dinner and just sitting in bed doom scrolling. I'm fairly lucky in the fact that I've sold every single card that I've posted, and on average, I've sold probably them for $7. Some will be lower than that, some will be a little bit higher. Have some outliers that sold for 20 some bucks, but most of the time it's an average of like $5 or $7, at least for me. So it's worth trying, but at the same time, I put in a lot of effort to make these cards. Each one takes roughly an hour. So an hour for $7, and then eBay takes their fee, so I might only make $5 off the top. Is it worth it? Maybe not. I don't know. But it's fun to me. It's a hobby. I'm not doing it for a living, so I feel like it is worth it. A fun fact that I find that most of my cards that I've sold have sold to women. Um, I would only say maybe 10% have been to guys, probably even less. So just keep in mind your audience on eBay, or at least ACEOs, have been mostly a female based audience. So if you're making cards, that seems to be who's buying. There isn't many like male art collectors out there that are going for ACEOs. Um, Hopefully someday that changes and it's like Pokemon and they take off and everybody wants them. But that's what I've noticed as far as the current trend. Hopefully this video helps you, and get out there and start painting your ACEOs and just list them. See where it goes. Doesn't hurt. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and do all the things if you made it this far.